Okay, ready? Hold her head for just a second. This is so funny. Ooh, did you hear a click?
I did hear that.
Yay, I got the help. That was really cool.
Animal Rescue ARRUS was founded in 2007 by my partner, Christina Chavis, and we have been in the rescue business ever since. Animal Rescue ARRUS is an organization that really doesn't turn away dogs. If we're able to help, we will. We take a lot of special needs. We take seniors, we take nursing moms, we take families, and we really try not to say no if we don't have to. So if someone wanted to make a monetary donation, they can go to our website and there is a secure link there.
So here we are today. Here's Jennifer, and we're back working with Animal Rescue ARRUS here in New Jersey. Jennifer is one of the leaders and founders of the organization. If someone wanted to donate, what do they do?
They would go to our website, which is www.arrus.org/donate, and we'll put that in the bottom for you guys too.
Okay, great. So we have Oakley here today. Maybe you can move closer and see Oakley's face a little bit, whatever you have to do. And Oakley has a cool story. What's Oakley's story?
So Oakley came to our rescue about 5 months ago. We were contacted by another rescue organization where she was surrendered to. And unfortunately, during transport, she got loose and was running wild in Orangeburg, New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you get her back?
So we got some frantic phone calls, and Suzanne and I, Oakley's actually owner, we went like badass rescue girls, and we went with our slip leads, and we pulled her off an embankment.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she was a little bit nervous at the time, so the other rescue contacted us and said that she was a little too much for them to handle. Mm-hmm. So they asked if we could take, and we did.
Okay.
And then Suzanne fell in love and officially adopted her, and she's been with her ever since.
How much time lapsed before you got her and Suzanne adopted her?
Maybe about a week. Okay. I would say, yeah.
All right.
Suzanne was in love the second we pulled her off the embankment.
All right, so we need to get Suzanne in here next. We're going to have Suzanne help me, and maybe you'll film,
yep.
Okay?
Yep.
We don't have a lot of people today, so this is our skeleton crew.
All hands on deck.
So, hey, Suzanne.
Hi.
So, tell us about Oakley, like what it was like to, was there emotional stuff, and, was she hard to work with when you first got her, or not really?
So Oakley, the day we went to go get her, the second I saw her, I knew I was going to keep her. And I even texted Jen that night, and I said I want her. So then we brought her home about a week later, and then we signed the paperwork, and she's been my dog ever since.
What do you think is what have they told you is her breed?
We are guessing Belgian Malinois. When me and Jen were getting the calls, we were told that she was a Mastiff, and then we got there, and this is what we found.
So you say Belgian? Say it one more time. I couldn't hear
Belgian
you.
Malinois.
Malinois.
Mix.
Okay, we're going to have to put that in the description box, but what a beauty, right? And how old does everyone think she is?
She's about a year, a little bit less.
Okay, so still a baby, right? And we put the muzzle on because when she got out of the car, she was growling a little bit, and I don't feel like getting bit today, so we'll just have the muzzle on. And it looks like at this point we maybe could take it off, but let's just leave it on and do some work and see what she's like once I start touching her, and just see how this goes. It's funny, she's almost sitting on this little stoop with us. Do you see that? All right, let's do some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna just start looking at her while she squiggles around. Now, something you noticed was the way she walks, right?
Right.
Let's do that. Let's walk her now. And she's very stiff-legged in the back. And look at her top line. Her top line, her pelvis and back is much higher than the front. And little rounded. So she's rounded in the thoracics. Here, stop for a second. Maybe she'll let me come nearer again. So she's rounded in here. this end is higher than this end. And here, look at me. I'll try to do an impersonation if I can. So she's like this, with her legs really stiff. And then this part is rounded. I can't do it because I'm not a dog, but really stiff in the back leg. So I do want to see if the hamstrings are stiff, if we're seeing more muscular stiffness. I want to see what the pelvis is doing. Really look at the back end a lot. I like to look at the atlas because sometimes that's the circuit breaker for all the way down the spine to the pelvis. From head to tail, the atlas can be a component of that release. So let's go back to our little spot. We have a train coming by. I hope Oakley's not going to run away and jump on the train this time. All right, so I'm going to just reach in and feel the atlas. So I have decent spacing on both sides. Sometimes I can't get my fingers in on one side compared to the other. Oakley, that's the train. But I do want to see if the atlas is tilted. So sometimes the atlas is inferior or superior. Let me see if she wants to bring her head up. So it comes up no problem. Let's bring the head down. A little bit down. So, meaning I'm feeling restriction down, but it floats up and coming down, restriction. So she doesn't like being in the inferior head tilt position as much as easily coming up into superiority or up into, so the atlas tilts down like that in an inferior position bilaterally, and I'm gonna just flip it up a little bit. Give her a little bit, actually, is it up or down? I always forget. Yeah, no, it needs to be flipped down because it's superior. So here we go. Is that okay? Made me jump. So let's see. Up is fine, and down much easier. Up is fine, and not quite there yet. Let's do one more. Could you pull her head down just a little bit? Yes. Good. There, I got it that time. Nice. Okay, we're going to leave it for a second, then we'll come back and check it. So now I'm going to come down the neck. You could even feel one here, Suzanne. Right in here is a little lumpy spot. Do you feel that?
I do feel that.
Okay. So that's C4, and C4 is a little rotated. So I'm going to bring her head a little bit lateral flexing. Got it. Ooh, okay. Here, feel it now. Probably can't even see it anymore. No, yeah, so I got it to move already. And I'm going to come down and check. I'm just going to follow her. Sometimes I'll try to posture a dog up onto all fours, but sometimes it's just easier if they're getting comfortable to just adjust them where they are. I still have access to almost the whole spine. I'm coming down. Now I'm at the thoracics. And this is where I suspect to be some issues because of that roundness that she gets. And did you notice that she did come down after that atlas adjustment, right? Which is nice. And this is a bad spot here. So this one I might have her come stand up for a second. Is that okay? Yeah. Because I got to get a good angle. All right. So right here, and you can see this is really curvy here. And I'm just trying to find the one. That's tough. There's one up, I think there's two, so there's one here. So I'm gonna kind of hold on to her head a little bit. Ready? Got it.
Good girl.
And let's do the lower lumbar. Okay. Right in here. Ooh, did you hear that crack?
Crack.
Okay, good. Let me feel the hamstrings. Yeah, the hamstrings are really tight. So let's bring the leg up and just see what happens, okay? Yeah, the leg doesn't want to come back this way. Let's bring this one. And let's bring this one. Let me look at. Okay. I'm going to rub the hamstring out a little bit. And I'm in here. It's super tight. Okay. And I'm on the right hamstring first, and I'm going to switch over to the left. All right. I also want to adjust the ilium. There's a anterior superior ilium on the right, an AS ilium, so I'm going to pull up, and that sometimes will make a dog like go eat a little bit. I don't know if that was a good noise, but let's do that because it'll help. Good. And I'm going to do a little bit on the tail too. Ooh, that popped too. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I did hear that one.
Okay. Let me just see the back leg. Relax this boo. Got it. Good. And now I'm going to come in and do some muscles underneath in the iliopsoas. And I'm just going to hold these for a minute, okay? And so, just so you guys know, I'm deep in here right now. This could get me bitten if she wasn't on a muzzle. But very good, very good. All right, let's see her walk around again.
Come on, Oakley.
Let's see if she shakes too. Why don't you take off her muzzle?
There you go.
Keep coming back and forth. So, and you can see on that side, Jennifer. So here, Suzanne, go this way and this way, so I can look and they can look. And then turn around. It looks like the back right leg is much stiffer, but her top line moved a little bit, not a lot. It's not as rounded, and she's still limping on that back right. So I want to do a little more on the back right. So let's come over here. You don't have to put the muzzle on. I think I'm fine. So here, look at me for a second. So what I was seeing, I mean, her back end isn't great, and it's tough to fix a dog's back end in just 15 minutes. But the first thing is to try to figure some stuff out, and her right leg was more unstable or hesitant was the first word I was going to think of. So right now I'm already touching her hip. So I'm right on the outside part of the hip, but I found a wicked knot, and I'm in here. So I'm deep in here, and that's that crazy trigger point. So let's just hold that spot for a little bit. I'm still on it. I'm just going to hold it. And let me... Okay. She's cute. All right. I'm rubbing out this hip. I'm underneath, so I'm using her body weight into my fingers. I have really strong fingers from doing this for so many years. And I wonder if she has a little sciatica too. So she might get a little sciatic pain down the right leg. I might want to do one more lumbar adjustment, but right now I'm digging out this crazy hip knot. Doesn't look like she minds it too much, and look who has nice teeth. Great teeth, right? Nice healthy teeth. What happens sometimes in older dogs is they get a lot of tartar buildup and the pH is off in their body, and it becomes very acidic, and then the acidic systemic acidity also increases achy muscles, achy joints, and even can advance degenerative joint disease. So I'm still doing this spot, and I'm working on this hip a little bit. And I'm digging in really strong now, like this would hurt someone. Here I am. All right, let me just work you a little bit. So as long as you're giving me this, I'm going to take the legs long and pull it strong. So here I'm working the leg long. Doesn't want to totally go that way. So I'm going to adjust this one. Okay, ready? Hold her head for just a second. This is so funny. Ooh, did you hear a click?
I did hear that.
Yay, I got the hip. That was really cool. All right, let's see what happens now. So first I rubbed out the muscle, then I went in and we heard a pop there.
Yes.
I don't know if you'll hear it through the video, but it was a really good pop. So let's see her walk back and forth. So Jennifer, you'll sit up in the same spot. I'll watch here so I can just see the gait. And hopefully a little bit. Will you look too, Suzanne? Watch. So, the right leg's still hitched, I'm not gonna lie. Needs some work, so the next time I come back here I want to see her again, okay? But what's cool is we made a couple of good things today. And it takes time, it just takes time. But we definitely have some work to do. I don't know when that started. But let's give it a day or two and let us know how it goes, because you might see just in the next 2 days from what we did today that it'll work itself out a little bit now, because I did realign the right hip. Let me just see if there's any lumbars left while she's standing here. I'm going to do one more. Hold on to her head like this. And there we go. Ooh, okay. Let her walk up one more time and then we'll be done. And then trot her a little bit too. Good, one more time. Trot back and forth. Come on, Oakley. So you see a lot of horses and dogs do better in a trot, and then you sometimes will see the problem in a walk. Sometimes once they're in the trotting gait, they can almost disguise it or it disappears. So when she trotted, it looked like it disappeared, but when she went back to a walk, you could see that back right leg. And here I'll try to do it, but the back right leg is just a little bit off. And I didn't fix it, but I know how to work on it. Got a little bit of it done, and we'll see how it unfolds in the next 2 days. Thanks for watching. So we finally have the Animal Cracker t-shirt. You can find the link in my store section of my YouTube page, Animal Cracker, and then you'll see store. Just click on that and it'll bring you a direct link. It comes in all sorts of colors. It comes in men's cut, women's cut, has pink, blue, black, white, and we also have mugs. It does send to Europe also, so it should be accessible for those that are connecting that way. Isn't that cute? Yay, I got the hip.